Why is this creation? What is the reason for creation?
Right, right. So how do I pronounce your name?
Raj, Panchu.
Panchu.
Raj is okay, Raj.
Raj.
Panchu, Raj.
Raj, right?
Raj
Okay.
is okay, yeah.
Right, right. Okay.
Oh, Panchu.
Please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. So, you see, now there is no clear answer in any theory, in any scripture, or in any, in any of the teachings as to why this creation is. And from what I understand, now this is just a concept. All we can do is give a concept, right? So the concept is that the pure awareness, which illumines this entire experience, the nature of it is potential. And it is always the potential which actualizes itself, because that is what its nature is. Now, I can come up with a lot of theories, that which are explained in the scriptures, that it is because of this and that. But again, we don't really know as to why this creation is. What Ramana Maharishi said was that the awareness is like a sun. So it just illumines everything. Because of its radiance, everything gets illuminated. And the complexity of creation is immense. And since the complexity of this creation is immense, we, the created object, can only accept the creation, but we can never know why it is the way it is. You see? So it is only the mind, which asks that why is there creation, right? Once we get to know our own nature, then what we find is that mind is just an appearance which comes and goes. It comes in the waking state, it remains in the dream state, and it disappears in the deep sleep state. But the awareness of waking, dreaming, and deep sleep is constant. So, one that illumines everything is the reality, is the potentiality that always is, that cannot be denied. That is the experience of the created object. So, in reality, the question mainly is that why do we want to know about creation? It is generally the thing that, we feel that somewhere we are a small part in creation, and we feel that we are somehow insignificant. That is why the mind says, okay, let me understand more so that I may transcend this, what is happening right now. But what the mind does not know is that mind itself is an illuminated object. In that sense, the light of awareness is illuminating the mind. And that is what you really are. So you are that light which illumines the world, because everything appears in your consciousness. There is nothing ever has existed outside your consciousness, because if we say that something is outside our consciousness, then we cannot know it. It always comes to us through the senses or through somebody, but it has to come in consciousness. It has to be discovered in consciousness. There was a young fellow, um, I think a couple of years back, I was speaking to him, and very interesting 17, 18-year-old guy, very curious about this. And he said, there must be something more fundamental to consciousness. And I want to discover that. And he said, then I said that, what do you think is more fundamental than the consciousness? Then he says that there must be something which must be giving rise. But then I said, then that also will be discovered in consciousness. Everything will be discovered in consciousness, even if there is, let's say there is, it will be discovered in consciousness. So, all in all, I will say what Ramesh Balsekar said about this subject. He said that the created object, the created object that is you, that is me, can only accept the cosmic law the way it is. That means it can only accept the creation the way it is. But it cannot make any sense of why it is, what is its purpose, and what is the objective. It cannot know that. Now, the interesting thing is when the mind is sufficiently silent, when the mind is quiet, you see all of these questions dissolve. You see, all of these questions dissolve. See, when we are happy, say when we are, in one of those beautiful beaches in the Mauritius, okay, and we are enjoying in the sun, in the beach, the sand, and everything, we actually become integrated with all of that. So we don't see creation separate from ourselves. We see creation one with ourselves. And that is the beauty. That is the radiance. And I have experienced it so many times, not just in the beautiful beaches or places. I have found that integration even in the midst of worst traffic jams. You see, when you come to India, you see a chaos. It's quite common. The traffic, haphazard. And some Westerners, I speak to, they find it chaotic. But I tell them, come with me, sit in this traffic. And slowly, when your mind settles down, when you're totally observing what is happening, what you will find is there is a rhythm to this chaos. There, there is an order to this chaos. Isn't it so? Like, if you notice, even our thoughts, right? We say our thoughts are turbulent. We say that thoughts trouble me. That is when we identify with the thoughts. The thought gains energy and it is expanding in horizontal time. That is when we say, oh, the thought is unbearable, it's too much, it's overbearing, and so on. But if you see, even those thoughts have an order. It is the same set of thoughts repeating over and over again. It is just a repetition taking place in the mind. You see? So, if you see the creation totally, you will find an order in the creation. And that order is peace. It is because of that peace, because of that love, that this whole experience, the experience of now, the experience of you and me talking, the experience of sunrise, everything is taking place because of that experience, because of that peace. And that is what you are. That is your true nature. It is not that I who have come up with this theory. This teaching, this message has been propounded by many masters, many sages across centuries, since time immemorial. It's a very common wisdom. And the whole point of this message is to understand this. That means what is happening right now, the way it is. And in a nutshell, you know, to sum up this message, it is the total acceptance of whatever is happening right now.